This video is going to be about how we solve trigonometric equations like this by using one of the two identities that we need to know. I want answers in the range 0 to 360 degrees. So straight away, by looking at the question here, I can see I've got sine squared theta in there. That straight away makes me think that I'm going to want to use this identity here because this one doesn't have squared in it. So I know that I could rearrange sine squared theta to equal 1 minus cos squared theta. So I'm going to substitute that into here. So I get 3 times by 1 minus cos squared theta, add cos theta, equals 0. Following that, I'm going to expand the bracket out. 3 minus 3 cos squared theta, add cos theta, equals 0. And I'm going to look to factorise this now. To factorise things, it's often easier to get it with a positive coefficient at the front, and at the moment it's negative. So I'm going to multiply the whole line by minus 1, and I'm also going to rearrange it so that I have the squared at the front and so on. So that would give me 3 cos squared theta minus cos theta, because remember I'm multiplying everything by minus 1, and minus 3 is equal to 0. So now I'm going to see if I can factorise that. Well, factors of 3 are 3 and 1, and factors of 3 again are 3 and 1, and I can't combine any of those to give me minus cos theta, so I can't factorise in this case. I need to use the quadratic formula. So the quadratic formula, which is given in your formula booklet, is this: x equals minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all divided by 2a. Now in this question we don't have x's, we have cos thetas. No problem. Cos theta. So a is 3, b is minus 1, and c is minus 3. So I'll substitute that in, so I get cos theta equals minus b, so minus minus 1, so that's minus 1, plus or minus the square root of minus 1 squared minus 4 times 3 times minus 3. And that's all divided by 2 times by a, which is 3. So simplify that now. I get 1 plus or minus the square root of minus 1 squared is 1, minus 4 times 3 is 12, minus 3 is 36, that's positive 36, so it's a square root of 37, all divided by 6. So that means cos theta is equal to either 1 plus the square root of 37, all divided by 6, or cos theta equals 1 minus the square root of 37, all divided by 6. So I'm just going to work those two out. So 1 plus the square root of 37 all over 6 is going to give me 1.18, so 2 decimal places, and 1 minus the square root of 37 all over 6 is going to be minus 0.85, but I'm just going to write it as 0.84 because the dot 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 means that I'm continuing that on. I'm not going to take that off the screen. So one of these values actually is impossible in this question. Not always the case, but in this case it is. And the reason for that is because if you think about the graph of cos theta between 0 and 360, it does this. So there's 0, 360, 180 in the middle. And as you know, it goes between 1 and minus 1. So this is the theta axis, and this is the cos theta axis. Well, if the graph only goes up to 1, then I can't have a value at 1.18. So that doesn't matter to us. So we need to look at minus 0.84 and so on. So that's the only one I'm interested in. So theta is equal to the inverse of 0.84 and so on. So notice I haven't taken that off the calculator, so I'm just going to press Shift cos, which will give my inverse, and then just press equals, and I get 147.9 degrees. So that's one solution between 0 and 360. So 0 minus 0.84, about there, gives me an answer of 147.9 degrees. So because it's symmetrical at 180, my other solution will be at 360 degrees minus 147.9. So that's going to be, I'm going to leave that answer there, so I'll just take that off. I'll do 360 minus, and I want my answer. So it's 212.1 degrees. So a question for you to try now. I'd like you to try to solve cos squared theta minus sine theta equals 0.